J.D. Vance, when he talks about heritage Americans, he said, my ancestors who fought in the Civil War sure as hell have more of a standing in this country than people who just got here. But it's almost always tied to the Civil War, not to the period before that. And I'm curious if either of you has an idea of why that is.
I think it's because the Civil War is a big box event, and people can refer to that.
But why wouldn't they refer to it as the revolution? Why wouldn't they say, my people came here in the revolution? Or does that exclude so many of these nativists
Probably.
that they don't want to start history there? They want to start history where they actually enter the picture.
It's also because in the revolution, you're dealing with people in tricorn hats and small clothes and stockings and buckles.
It's unfamiliar, and
Right.
it's not as clean cut.
Yeah.
As the Civil War, right? So it is British versus Americans, but that division isn't going to help us a lot if you're trying to divide people into boxes. But looking at the Civil War, clear sides.
Yes, or supposedly.
You can say a lot more generally.
Right.
Well, that's true. Not really, but still the idea being that, as you just put it, it's a big box event, and it's handy for pointing fingers at and claiming belongingness in a way that the revolution, even at the time, wasn't that.
But look at the Civil War itself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the percentage. Look at the numbers of immigrants who fight in the ranks of these Civil War armies. You're talking about something like 180,000 Irish just in the Union Army.
Right.
You're talking about 200,000 Germans. You're talking about 80,000 Swedes. You have got whole units of the Union Army at Gettysburg whose officers are still giving them orders in German. Because that's how many Germans there are.
Literally speaking German.
Literally speak. These are units in the 11th Corps of the Army of the Potomac. So we are talking about armies which are chock full of immigrants themselves. And when Lincoln comes in November of 1863 to dedicate the Soldiers' National Cemetery at Gettysburg, you have some, 3,500 Union burials there. The percentage of immigrants who are buried there. I can take you right on the outer rim of that semicircle of graves, that huge semicircle. I can take you right to the very first one you would walk through in the central. This is a kid who was born in Austria under the Austrian Empire.
Wow.
And he died at Gettysburg. He was an officer in a New York artillery battery. Is someone going to take away his title to be an American?